Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, with my amazing co-host, Jojo. How you doing, Jojo?
I'm doing good. What an episode. I didn't love it, but I felt the lows and then the extreme highs at the end. And I was stuck to the feeds all week, so I kind of knew what was happening.
You're stuck. Okay, this is what I've been having happen, and I'm feeling bad about it. But I haven't been glued to the feeds like I was before. I'm just kind of like, I'll just wait for the episodes with what's going on. I don't really, I guess it's because like the cookout has such a lock on the game that it's just kind of like, okay, I don't really foresee anybody doing anything or being able to do anything to disrupt what's going on. So I might as well just be a casual right now because there's no real strategy going on, really.
I mean, I do think there is a possibility of something wild if Claire somehow gets in the high rollers room this week with the extra points that are available.
But would she do something to overturn Tiffany's head of household?
No, unless she really just wanted to say Xavier, Kylan, this is the time. Let's do an all-girls thing. Like that's what I want to see them do. I want them to just go, screw it. Let's do this. Let's flip the house, flip the game, and go full female.
100%. And like I love the cookout. Like I want them to go far. I think it's awesome that they're going to final 6. But they've really had an easy ride. And I know it's been challenging and they've had to get people that when they weren't empowered to get them to where they are and where they're probably going to be. So I do appreciate that it takes a lot of effort to get to final 6, a whole big group without being detected. Absolutely. And it's going to be monumental, 100%. But, you know, I watch Big Brother because I want to see like people trying to win, not people trying as a group to get to the end. So, you know, I'm just kind of tuned out a little bit, which is kind of, I'm sad about it, but hopefully maybe after this week, it'll pick up again, maybe. Yes, B-Bean's here. Let's do this. Yes, B-Bean. Hi, Cameron.
Cameron Ross. Someone could win. Yes, they could.
Yeah. So what if Claire wins the money, right? She gets enough money. She gets money from America. She's able to win this coin flip. Actually, do you know what? No matter what were the denominations of the extra BB bucks that were given at the head of household competition?
50 or 100. I don't think 75 was mentioned. So no matter what, like Hannah will be able to play. Claire can play if she gets 100.
She doesn't need to get 100, does she? No, yeah, she will get 100.
Does, yeah. Yes. Tiffany might even be able to play at this point.
She has 75. She needs to get 100 and 100.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Never mind. Actually, maybe with the support of Derek X this episode, the casuals might want to toss her a couple votes, but I don't think Facebook likes her very much. Surprise, surprise.
Chantele, you have to stay up for this important season. Well, obviously, like I'm watching it and like I read Twitter and I still do like the live feed updates every week. So like it's not like I don't know what's going on in the house. Yeah. I just like before I just like salivating like, oh my God, who's talking to who? What's happening? Like I was really, really invested in people making moves and having conversations. Now I don't need to see, there's no real strategizing going on other than people being like, oh, we're lying to so-and-so. You know, it's just gonna fall flat. Oh, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay that I'm not that interested in it because there's no gameplay going on. I'm just gonna watch the show. It's okay for the most part. Viewers also voting for BB Bucks.
Yep.
Yes. Claire could get initial 200. Yes. But it doesn't matter. She only needs 150.
Yeah, I think she'll have enough now. Even if she just gets a 50, and most likely she's going to get the 100.
Absolutely. But BB
Hannah's another choice.
Mm-hmm. What if she gets the money and the flip doesn't go in favor of her being the new head of household?
I mean, it is a secret head of household, so Claire can just like make a big move.
But I'm saying, like, what if it doesn't land on her getting that power?
Oh, then Sarah Beth's gone.
Like, what a bad power. Like, it just, like, it doesn't, it lands flat, basically. It lands, like, Right. They did it on Survivor a couple times. It worked once, right?
With Michelle, I think. Did it work for Michelle? Survivor?
I think
Winners
I
at
think
War,
it
yeah.
worked once, and then somebody else it didn't work for. I've had it used on me in a game, and it didn't work, and I went home. Like,
and how many people are going to be like? What if everyone flips and everyone gets it? That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand about
well,
the
they're going to be
singular
playing
power.
a competition of some sort, right? So whoever wins
Oh,
that
okay.
competition
Right.
will have the power to flip the coin
Yes.
and see what happens. Hello, Thomas. Thanks for being here. Okay, SB, Kylan, Xavier will be on the block. Yes. And then like Alyssa, save Sarah Beth. Do you think that Tiffany would have the heart to put up Claire?
Oh, I'm salivating. I mean, what I love about Tiffany is the first week she played the High Rollers room to save Claire, and then the next week she's willing to vote out her number one. So I wouldn't put anything past her. But at the same time, like it would be a really good move to put up Derek F. Have the three boys up there. Why not? If
But
Sarah
would
Beth
she
is
be
off,
willing to do that and be the first person to take a strike at the cookout?
she'll still have, I don't know, like final. It all depends on who she wants to take to final two. And if it's Hannah, I still think Claire. I still think she gets the votes to win, even if she betrays a couple of the boys.
I'm not talking about the votes to win. I'm talking about like her whole MO of wanting to make sure that the cookhouse gets to 6. Do you think that she would risk on her HOH being the person that takes out the first member of the cookout before 6?
If anyone's willing to do it, why not?
You're more Lance Bass today. Sorry,
Yeah.
babe.
It's super Lance.
Post this week, 3 needed to evict. So, right, because because Xavier is going to be on the block this week. So what's going to be? Yeah, so it's going to be Xavier, Kylan, and Sarah Beth. What if then if Claire would win, that would be brutal though. Claire wins, say the head of house or the veto, takes off Sarah Beth, and then Alyssa goes up and out.
Yeah.
That's whack.
I truly hope, and I know it's not going to happen, but it would be a great week to take a shot. I don't think it's too early.
I don't think it's too early, but it's not the 6, and they want to get the 6.
Tiffany wants Sarah Beth out, so that's what's going to happen. Unless Sarah Beth can save herself, I don't see the path of her not going home.
So what would be kind of cool though? Then maybe I want Sarah Beth to win the.
Yes, I mean
Destiny.
I've loved that Sarah Beth won head of household last week. I know that it created a ton of chaos and it was really crappy. She did an awful job, but it kept her there for an extra week that she did not have. The last 2 weeks she's been targeted. 3rd time's the charm, in my opinion. I'm sure she's going to go this week, but it would be pretty epic if she somehow saved herself. Yeah. I'd be impressed with the one thing.
So Sophie says Claire got lucky that Xavier won veto, or else she would have been evicted this week. Yes, if Xavier was still on the block, yes, she would have been evicted this week. I don't even think she realizes that.
But I mean, she had a chance to win veto. Sarah Beth would have changed nominations. The majority of people playing in veto would have taken off somebody. So I think Derek X was going as long as he wasn't chosen for the veto drop.
Like, say, yeah. I mean, Derek F wouldn't be able to win. Everybody else, yeah. Derek F would have been going up. But if the nomination stayed the same, Claire would have been.
Oh yeah, she's done. Absolutely.
Thomas, I hated seeing Derek X go. What are the chances of a jury battle back? Well, what some people have been speculating is that on September 16th, I believe it is, it's a 2-hour episode. So they're suspecting that it's going to be either a triple eviction or a double eviction, and what like Canada did, where they had like, oh, it's a fake double. or fake whatever, where like Jed came out and had to battle Tara. So they're suspecting maybe they'll do something like that in that 2-hour episode. So I don't think he'd be in the running for that.
Yeah, I think CBS is way too strict with their COVID protocols that they will not be having a battle back of any kind. And because Big Brother Canada just did that twist, I think it'll just be a triple eviction from Final 7 to Final 4.
Which is like, I want to see what happens that time.
Yes. I want to see the 6 at the 6. Yeah.
I don't want to
just see them celebrate.
Out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, lost a comp. She's out of here. Like, no, I want to see Tiffany for 1 week strategizing, keeping herself in the game. Like, I want to see her work.
I mean, we saw her work in this episode. That was a great clip and a great showing of her and Hannah and Azah coming together as a trio of some kind. I think Azah is actually really well positioned in the 6 of the cookout, as well as Hannah. I think both of them are pretty safe. I think Tiffany and the Kylan and Xavier are kind of in trouble at the final 6, but can move to Final 4 pretty easy depending on who wins what.
Absolutely. Like, I do think that Azah and Hannah and Derek F are in the best positions out of the people in the cookout. I'm trying to get behind Azah, but I just don't feel like she's made any good game moves. Like, she hasn't done anything she hasn't had any power. She gives away her, like, the opportunity for her to win veto in the OTEV, gives it to Brittany. She was willing to put herself up on the block. Like, she didn't make this move. And I know it was probably a collective decision for them not to do the flip for Derek X this week, but she knows that it's better for her game to keep him. And so just like all of that compounding, I'm just like, Azah, do you even want to be here? Like,
yeah, I think she just wants to sit at the end with Derek F and be like, okay, I should win, right? Because
she would win.
It's Derek F, absolutely.
So Claire might take down Sarah Beth and put Derek F on the block. I just don't know if she'd put 3 cookout members on the block or allow for that to be.
Claire could. I mean, what is really interesting about this week is
the Coin of Destiny. But you think that I don't think she will.
She won't do it. What's been really interesting though is that this could have been the week that people went to Claire and said, hey Claire, Tiffany actually wanted to keep Derek X and threw Tiffany under the bus hardcore. And that's not going to happen because Tiffany is now head of household. So that's one more week for people to forget about things, and it's not going to be brought to attention the following week. So I really do think it's Tiffany's saving grace to have won this head of household, to get in Alyssa's ear, to get in Xavier's ear, to really start to shift and mold what she wants to see happen. And she's strategic. She knows that this, we don't know what's going to happen. I know she's dead set on Sarah Beth, but let's see what she has to say to Sarah Beth this week.
I am interested.
Me too.
I probably will be watching the feeds because she's going to be having some conversations.
Yes. I can't wait. Okay, so I screamed.
Sorry?
I screamed when she won. I
was very happy.
I knew it. I was like, it's true. I know the answer is true. It is true. Tiffany just won. Give it to us, Julie.
And know when people win, when it's like either two, one and one, and they have different answers. So like I knew in that moment that Tiffany won because Julie took a moment, and it was just a little bit longer than when So I knew that she was going to say the winner at that point. So I had a feeling that she was going to win, and I was very happy for her. So Sophie agrees. They doesn't think that they're to be doing a battle back since we only have about 5 weeks left in Big Brother. Unless, I mean, they could still do it back. Who knows? They can then have they can do whatever they want, but I don't think with COVID, just like you're saying, that they will.
Yep. Sophie, what's your profile photo? Is it a dog?
It's a dog. I think Sophie actually is a he, and Sophie is his dog's name. But tell me if I'm right about that, Sophie. Do you have a real name? Would you us address you as something else other than your dog's name? Let us know, please. BB and I made a mistake. 6 votes, 2 votes needed to evict with tiebreaker. Sorry. What? Oh, right, because there's a 222 a thing.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yes, it'd be 222. No, I don't want a 222 because I think she would just send home Sarah Beth or Claire or whoever's like the other non-cookout person.
Yeah.
Hi, Sheena. Thank you for
Hey, Sheena.
joining. Yes, let's go, Tiff. Like, I really hope that she does a good job. Please, Tiff, please redeem yourself because a lot of people are mad at you right now, Tiff, for making fun of Sarah Beth, even though I thought it was kind of funny. Did you see it?
Fuck Sarah Beth.
No, it wasn't even that one. Like, there's
No, I
one where
know.
she's literally.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, this is the
Jonathan
thing.
hated it.
Oh, Jonathan, get over it. I mean, they all. I have to say that her humor in general, like she loves to rip into Kyland. I don't think it. Maybe looking back at the season, she might have a little regret for making fun of Sarah Beth. But in the moment with Derek F, with Ozza, it can be kind of a bonding experience. And I think you can talk shit about people and not actually mean it. Like you want to kind of have enemies so that people don't think you're going to get as many votes at the end. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
You're not targeting them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing.
so Natalie says the only thing that Ozza has done is politicking. LOL. There was a politicking moment in this episode. So let's talk about this episode a little bit. Not much really went on. You know, they kind of paint the leader of the cookout to be Xavier, which I thought was a little bit interesting. He is and he isn't. Like, I find it hysterical that him, Kylan, and Derek F don't think that the women have been doing anything, but they've been strategizing behind the scenes and making sure that it was this easy for the cookout to get this far.
Yep. Also, in the moment, like, it was a Tiffany, Derek F, Kylan, Xavier moment. It wasn't just one person saying something. It was, we need to do this and this and this. And Tiffany has come up with the strategical plan. And that's what solidified her alliance, because initially she wasn't sure what she wanted to do. She needed a plan. So once she came up with one, that's when the cookout really got steam and started to work flawlessly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. But like she has said, I mean, it's good that she doesn't get any credit for it right now, because maybe then they won't take her out and she'll go to the end. She'll be like, it was my idea to have everybody have their partners, their person that we're be willing to take out, and no matter like, yeah. She has the argument for sure. If she gets to the end, it would be very hard for people not to vote for her, I think, with how she plays herself. So Tiffany talks to Ozza and Hannah about keeping Big D, and Hannah is not into it, which I was just also annoyed. I've been annoyed with Hannah this week. People have been coming for me. I'm sorry, Hannah stands. I still love Hannah. I still want Hannah to do well. I still think Hannah is capable of winning this game. I just don't think that it actually was strategically better for her to get rid of Derek X for the reasons that he mentioned to Ozza in this game. Like,
I think it's I do think it's been an interesting week in general, because if Tiffany lost Claire, that would have put her as a singular player and not in a duo in anyone's eyes. And I think Hannah wanted the same thing. I do think she wants to be seen as a singular player. She's not going to be going up on the block with a partner, because Derek X was up with Claire. So I can see why both Tiffany and Hannah would have wanted to lose their people. And I also think Hannah thinks, yes, she wants the final six of the cookout, but she does have Xavier. Xavier trusts her a lot. I think he trusts Alyssa and pull them out.
I think that you're giving her a little bit more strategy than she's actually doing, because what she said on the feeds were things like, well, I don't want to be the one that takes him out after this. This is our opportunity to take him out now, and I want to still keep his vote. So, like, I don't want to, you know, disrupt that by like taking him out later. And it's like, but you actively pushed him to not play in the roulette. When he hears about that, he could very well lose your vote, because like you pushed him out the door. Like, you didn't allow it to happen and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't want this to happen. You actively made it happen. And so that's why I like that rationale that she wants to be seen as a solo. So she looks more like less strong. Sure. I get that. But I don't know if that's what she's thinking.
I hope it is. I hope that's what she's thinking. I think Oh, you frozen? No, you're good. I think.
So okay, so Wiss also hated Tiffany for making fun of her. Well, she just did like the whole boob thing with her bra top. I didn't think that was that bad either. But.
Loved it.
Okay, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. I think. Who do I think Tiff will put up?
Yeah.
Sheena. I mean, Kai and Sarah Beth.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yepper.
You two came both nominated Claire. You know how great Claire and I are.
And that's who Derek F would put up too. So what if somebody wins the Coin of Destiny that doesn't want to change it?
Flop. I think this is a flop. Truly.
All of them have been terrible.
Yeah.
X and Azza, though, interesting. That cuddle was real. Yes. Okay, we're almost there. So, oh yeah, no, we are actually here pretty much. So Hannah tells Xavier right away about Tiffany's plan. And I was like, or like the fact that she's talking about it. And I was annoyed with Hannah for doing that as well, because like Tiffany is only saying this because she's like, we should maybe do something, thinking that you're going to be logical and be like, oh, maybe it is a better idea for me to keep my number one in this game, who's going to fight to keep me here and also still be a big target for everybody. So I think that Tiffany's being logical and being like, Hannah, it's good for your game. So not for her to go over and tell Xavier. So I was annoyed by that. And then Xavier hears this information now and goes and starts a little cuddle session with Miss Azza to convince her to get her back on track. And I don't mind this strategy, politicking. Go for it. Like, you do what you got to do. Get to the end, win. Don't care. But I find it really interesting that both Kyland and Xavier are actually doing this a little bit.
I'm not surprised. I think like they're both handsome men who, you know, like I don't think it's a secret that Azza's into X. I think SB and Kai have a really interesting relationship. But I mean, start bringing up Shelly more often, folks, and maybe Sarah Beth will back off from Kylan a little bit. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with these boys having a little.
Oh no, I'm just like, okay, so they are just like doing the flirt strategy, doing the Nicole Franzel.
Yes.
Except they're winning the comps.
Yeah, there it is. Real life.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for being here. So did we catch when Hannah said that she was the worst and Derek was hugging her on the way out the door? I did not.
Oh, yes. Derek X was like, you're the best, Hannah. You're the best partner I could have asked for. And she was like, I'm actually the worst. This is the last word she said to him.
Why would she say that? She didn't vote him out.
No, well, once he watches back, I think they're going to be cool after the show. I really do. But, she literally was honest with him in that one moment. Like, no, I'm the worst.
If she's in final two and someone does not want her to win, they will spill all that tea to Derek F.
Yeah.
So, or X, sorry. So B-Bean says Kai and Xavier are doing what Nicole Franzel did. LOL, couple of guys, couple of tries, but reverse. What would be couple of girls, couple of worlds.
Girls. Yeah.
Oh my God. This is from set. Shit. I just realized that like I didn't return this necklace. It's okay. I'm back tomorrow. But like Chantele is like, what? Oh, this is not mine. Oopsie. Anyways. Sorry, guys. So then Xavier and Kylan sort of corner Tiffany in the kitchen. And I don't think that Tiffany's really good at handling herself in these kind of confrontations.
Love it.
It seems like she thinks that she is being agreeable and like going with the flow, but like her attitude is just like, I don't really believe what I'm saying right now, but I'm just going to say it to shut you up. And she says that she's saying it just to shut them up. And I'm like, yeah, it seemed like it.
Absolutely. I think this week was honestly all over the place the last 2-3 days. There were moments during the day that I thought, like, maybe Derek X could actually flip this. Maybe, like, Azza will come around. Maybe once X is in solitary, something could happen. But I think people got a little nervous that if we flip this, X is going to come out and get mad at us. We don't want Dad mad at us. Do what's best for you every time. Claire said it best. It's an individual game. They say that all the time, but truly it is.
So Tiffany's like, if everybody else is against it, what do I have to say? Why does that even matter? Like, why am I going to talk through these scenarios when you guys are unanimous against even the possibility of something opposite? It's basically a waste of her breath to be like, if they've already decided no, like it's very, very frustrating, as I know, coming up against somebody and trying to be like, we have to do this, and they're like, no, and it's like, "Ugh." So I understand why she's not going to bother have this conversation with them. And then I love what she's saying to the camera, I'm here to play. Here to play it, play it, play it. I'm like, yes, Tiffany, please flip this vote.
I'm sad. I'm really sad. I think Derek X and Tiffany are two super exciting casting decisions this year. They're two people that I'm going to think about when I think about Big Brother. Excuse me, in 10 years from now, hopefully. I think this isn't the last time that we see Derek X, and I think there's still so much more for Tiffany. And I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed.
Seriously. I mean, I wish that Baby D wasn't a recruit, because he just needed to have seen a couple more episodes or a couple more seasons.
Yeah.
And then he would have understood a little bit more, like, don't save your money for a week that you might not be it. Like,
God.
Like, you are getting money from America. This means
for
something.
A reason. Yeah.
Use it. So, I mean, if he's watched the show before, he would be like, oh, like, America does things to help the people that they like or that are in danger. Oh, okay. And maybe he would have taken that cue and not allow himself to be convinced to not play the roulette. Sorry, go on.
I think that's really smart of the other players to also recognize, okay, America loves Derek X. Let's get rid of him. Same thing with Brittany. If I was in the house, that would be my mentality, because I'm assuming I'd be getting 50. I'd definitely be getting 50s. So I'd be like, all right, I really want.
I would probably say to America, be like, please don't put a target on my back. I'd be like, just give me 75. It's like right in the middle. I'm like kind of like not liked. If you wanted to give me anything, like, not too many people vote for me because it's just too much of a target. I'd rather be like, oh, nobody likes me.
Yeah, or just lie about it, your BB bucks, to everyone. I don't understand why everyone's being so honest about their BB bucks.
Figure out with like knowing that it's 3, 3, and 5 at that point. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of easy to figure it out. Especially when people start playing, you're like, okay, well, you know that they at least had 50, so you can deduce it. Like either they have just 50 or they have 75 or they have 100, so you can start doing like deductions.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
It's pretty easy to figure it out.
Fair enough.
So Tiffany talks to Azah though, and she talks about maybe getting to the final 3 with her, Hannah, and Azah. And I thought this was a very great thing for her to say. Get these women together. The 3 guys of the cookout all want to get to the end together. So it would be best to keep their biggest competitor that would take them out in the game, Azah. In the game, Hannah. Like, we need someone to be able to do that, because we might not be able to, because we don't win competitions like they have been. But falling on deaf ears, as we learn. So we have everybody gather into the living room, and this is for Xavier to be locked up away in solitary confinement. Did he really have to shit in a bucket?
Yeah, I mean, if he chose to shit at all, I think, I don't know if I'd want, I feel like that's going to stay. You can hold it for a day, can't you? Unless you really unless those like sandwiches really went through him.
Ew.
Hold on to it. Wait until after the live show.
Oh my God. Anyways,
you can wait a full day.
That's so, like, I can't believe like they gave him a bucket in a tent. Like, that's so gross.
You know what though? If I hated production, I'd be shitting in it all day. I'd be like, I'm making someone clean my shit. I'm doing this. I'm punishing them.
Now you clean it.
Clean it. All around the room.
With the solitary confinement, that he didn't have a vote.
Brilliant. That would have been a great twist. That would have been really smart. Yeah.
That he would have had to think about taking that punishment, because his vote would matter at that point.
Yes, I love it. That's amazing. That would have been great. I love the idea of the punishments, but at the same time, I don't think it was smart of Claire to win it. I think Claire should have thrown that veto. I think being a third nominee for her is bad. For him, for Xavier, it's not a big deal. He's fine.
Wait, what?
I think Xavier's fine to like be the third nominee. I don't think he's going to be in that much trouble. So I
you
don't
think Claire did not be the third nominee for taking that? But well, this is the thing: is that Claire was close to going home. You know, like even though it didn't happen, like the flip was decently close to happening, more so than it was with Christian, I would say. And we were just talking about like you want to for sure be there and deal with next week. Yep. So, you know, if things would have played out the exact same way, Tiffany being HOH and she had to be the third nominee this week, Tiffany could pamper it so that she's still sitting beside Sarah Beth and maybe she would have been able to stay. So I think I would have gone for it no matter what, especially knowing that 2 weeks in a row I've been put up on the block. Like, you know, eventually your time's going to be done. So I would have gone for it. I wouldn't have. I would have just been like, I'll deal with next week. I need to be safe this week.
Fair enough.
That's my thought. But I see your point too. So a bucket in the tent, though, it's so gross. So he's locked up in the have-not room till the eviction vote. Then he just gets to come down to the living room and go directly to the diary room and vote there.
Directly. I was like, could he have taken any longer? Julie's like, live television, Xavier, live television. Don't fall down the stairs, but hurry up. Everyone relax. Don't be loud, everyone. So
Slash also had a lot of time left. So I don't know why like he needs to rush the poor guy.
Hurry.
So Tiffany, being like the strategic genius that she is telling Derek X how he needs to pitch to Azza. And I'm like, yes, these are all excellent points.
Yep.
And she's like, I can't be the one that say it because I can't be looking like I'm pushing for you, which is also very true. So I love that she was just like showing him what he needed to do. And it seemed to kind of work. And I was like, what can he do? The person he has to convince the most is like Hannah, even though she did give him a sympathy vote, and so did Kylan, which also kind of annoyed me. It's like,
I mean, something happened last night though with Azza and Derek X, and I think it actually might have bothered her enough to be set on the course to take him out, because she was studying with Cheerios. And she showed Derek X and she was like, don't tell anybody, but this is how I study. Like, promise me you won't tell anybody. He's like, I promise. An hour later, everyone is studying the way that Azza was studying. And she said to him, like, I told you, you promised me you wouldn't, and you lied. And she used those words. So as soon as she said that, I was like, there is no way in 24 hours, Azza's not going to vote for him to stay. There's no way.
Why did he do that?
It was so dumb of him. I know, because he was actually making a lot of progress with her and really pushing like, I want you three girls. Like, I want to protect you three. I will do everything that I can. I am not long for this game. And even if Azza won final seven HOH, she wouldn't feel bad nominating Derek X. He served his purpose. He was there to, facilitate what she wanted to happen in the game. So I really think last night he kind of shot himself in the foot.
Brutal. But he's talking to Azza, and he's like, I care so much about you and Tiffany and Hannah, and he starts crying. I'm like, what a sweet angel, but like, he's not good enough at this game. These people are better than him at this game, of course. Yep. So we get to the final pleas before the vote. Claire just had a typical plea saying like, shout outs and keep me if you think I'm best for your game, which I hate when people say stuff like that.
Me too.
Because they would keep you if they thought that you're the best for their game. So it's like, make them believe that you're the best for their game, not tell them to do what's best to get their game, because they do believe that what they're doing is best for their game. Anyways, you got my point. Derek, though, I thought made a good plea, and I liked how he set it up. This was the best plea probably of the season.
Absolutely, and I loved Alyssa and Sarah Beth looking at each other like, who's Nicole F? Like, which one of us is he talking? Oh, he's talking about Sarah Beth. Okay, cool. I think they're both like, is it me or you? Who's he calling out right now? But I actually don't agree with that. I really don't think that Sarah Beth's playing like Nicole F at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. I think Sarah Beth believes what she is doing is what's best for her game, being set up with Kylan. She believes that her and Kylan are a strong duo. She believes that she could beat him at the end.
Alyssa is more playing a Nicole Franzel game. Like she's cuddling up with Christian. I know they have something maybe real going on, but like she started with that, then he went home, and now she's cuddling up with Xavier a little bit, like just allowing him to be intrigued by her. It's a little bit more free. So I think it's her that's would be, if I were to choose, was to play a little bit more of a Nicole Franzel strategy.
Yeah. And I don't think of Alyssa as like a woman hater. I don't think she's like actively just targeting females in the house, which I do think Nicole tended to do and was okay with. She wanted to be surrounded by the men that she could manipulate. And I believe that she's snaky, yeah, but you know, a lot of players are snaky. So if everyone's like Nicole F, then for being a snake, cool.
So Hannah says they hate Sarah Beth irrationally, in her opinion, all based on the Hannah thing. Well, I think though the fact that she was going so hard for Hannah, like it kind of would be off-putting. Be like, well, why do you hate me so much? I haven't done anything to you. And so that could have just put a bad taste in people's mouths. And then once you kind of look at them in that way, it's kind of hard to break free from that, I would say.
I mean, but Sarah Beth was also correct in her assumption that Hannah was playing really hard. She's incredibly smart. She's probably throwing competitions at this point, and they're playing more of a similar game. And she wanted to be that person and not have someone with similar gameplay still in the game. So when she came for Hannah hard that week, it made sense. It just wasn't good for the cookout because they're realizing, okay, there's someone that wants to target one of us.
Hannah says she agrees, but doesn't think that Alyssa or Sarah Beth are on the Nicole Franzel level. I mean, nobody's on the Nicole Franzel level, but if I was to compare them, I would say that Sarah Beth would be more like her. I mean, sorry, Alyssa would be more like her than Sarah Beth. So we get to the vote, and I did get strict because when you see Alyssa goes in, she says Derek X, and then Hannah says Claire, and I was like, oh, so like, because I didn't know if she was going to do the pity vote or not, all that stuff. So I was like, whoa. And then they did Kylan, and I'm like, whoa. And then I was like, and then everybody else did
Tiffany. As soon as Tiffany said Baby D, actually, as soon as Tiffany sat down, I'm like, she's voting out Baby D. She's so sad. Also, how gorgeous did everyone look tonight? Those 3 green dresses. Incredible. Alyssa's dress is gorgeous. Even Sarah Beth looked great.
Everybody looked really good.
Claire looked okay.
Vote properly again. Interesting. Now I know a lot of people have been talking about that he has a certain type of maybe dyslexia, or like he's not able to put words in the right order. So I guess that's a thing. But I'm just wondering why it's like he seems to be able to construct other sentences finely. So like that would be something that I would practice all the time. I'd be like, okay, I vote to evict. I sadly vote to evict. Like I'd be practicing saying that even without having any sort of dyslexia. Like you just get tongue-tied sometimes. Like before, like whenever I do with Nerdtainment, I usually introduce the episode. I still write out the episode, and so I say it without like getting tongue-tied. So I'm just curious as to why he hasn't corrected that or hasn't been corrected with his voting. Firstly,
I mean, even people calling Derek X Baby D tonight, I thought that Julie might correct them so that we're given a name instead of a nickname. I remember Jeff Probst really making a big thing of that when voting at Tribal Council, is like, we don't put initials, we don't put nicknames, it is their name. So I was a little surprised that Julie
Sorry.
Rai. I was a little surprised that Julie like didn't say anything about that, but at the same time, like we knew what the vote was going to be.
Well, I
at that point,
may have said something about that if she didn't just 5 minutes ago say, "Can I call you Baby D?" So that to me makes it seem as though it's acceptable to call him Baby D.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if they'll call Derek now, or if that'll be Big D.
Still Big D, I think.
Think he's going to get 100 points this week?
I don't know. I don't know how the votes are going to go.
I don't know either. I think Hannah's going to get a lot, and I think Claire's
Hannah
going to
will get 100. Claire will get 100. And maybe Derek Gaff still will get 100. Well, he doesn't need it. So if they want something more interesting to happen, who might be able to use it?
Nobody really.
What if like they give it to Tiffany? Tiffany uses it, pretending it to be somebody else, and does like a couple of cookout people and be like,
I mean, that's a move to make. If there is one to be made, you are overturned as HOH. Yes. Also, I'm wondering, I'm curious. Yes, he did, Anna. I wonder if, because of the, excuse me, I wonder if Tiffany's HOH is overthrown, if she's eligible to compete next week or not.
Say that again? Sorry?
If Tiffany's HOH is overthrown this week, will she be eligible to compete the next week?
I don't think so.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't think so. And I feel like next week, is it this week going to be OTAV? When's OTAV coming?
We already had it, didn't we?
Not OTAV, sorry, Zingbot.
Oh, last year I think it was Final 6.
No, that's more than 6, I think there. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, so B-Bean says Sarah Beth, Claire, and Alyssa will get 100. Sarah Beth, I don't think she's going to go from 50 to 100.
No.
Claire, yes, she'll get 100.
So Claire did go from 50 to 100, but Claire is much more
Sarah Beth?
Sarah Beth. When Sarah Beth told America she hated them.
Derek X, there's no way that they're giving her 100 anything.
No.
$50. I could see maybe Alyssa, Claire, and Hannah.
Alyssa still maybe like I just want Ozza to get some money so she feels better about herself. She called out America. She's like, "Why don't you guys like me?" Like, because you don't do anything. You don't need the money. You're fine. Sophie Dopey. Also, Sophie, answer us. What do we call you?
I hope they talk about people's games being like J-Bed's game. You think Sarah Beth might get 75? All right. I don't see that. Tiffany is head of household for now. Let's see if this coin of destiny works and messes everybody's game. Only if Tiffany wins it and decides to make a move. That would be... I'm not even going to pretend like it's going to happen. I know that it's not going to happen. So I'm not even going to try to entertain that as an idea. So Baby D is evicted from the house. Very, very sad. He gives Tiffany, it looks like it's a bracelet that he gives Tiffany. It was a very sweet moment. He hugged everybody and it was very sad.
He also gave her a chain. He gave Hannah his special sweatshirt, like a good boyfriend does. And he gave Claire Travis's sweatshirt that he had from week 1. So he passed that along to Claire. So he was giving out gifts. Oh, sorry, Rufus.
Oh, I hope that he doesn't. I hope it's not like a tainted gift, like Travis's sweatshirt. Like,
this is
don't wear it, Claire. Don't wear it.
Don't do it. Though Claire must feel so good having Tiffany HOH this week.
She's gonna chill. And then Tiffany. What if Tiffany uses the point of destiny to put up Claire on the block?
She can't. She wouldn't be that stupid. There's no way. She wants, like, if Claire has a chance of head of household next week, why not? Take it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anyways, these people are pissing me off. So I hated, though, that Derek F was like, I'm going to take my name back. It's just like, get out of here. Like, I know that that's like kind of a thing, but it's like, I'd rather Derek X in the house than you, Derek F. So don't be talking about like you're the only Derek F that's going to be around because I'm mad about it.
Can't stand him still. I don't see the appeal.
Why didn't he get his kiss?
Well, in my opinion, that would put a huge target on her. They haven't kissed in the house yet. I don't know if I'd want my first kiss on national television after someone got evicted and you can't talk to them again for another how many months. So I wasn't surprised that there was no kiss.
I would have loved a kiss, or like even like the kiss that Kylan gave Derek. That would have been cute.
Yeah. Because
Derek and Hannah are total squares. They are squares. They're cute though. Cute squares.
Yeah.
So we have the head of household. Oh, well, okay. So first, Derek X talked to Julie for a little bit, and he basically was like, "Oh my God, you're just throwing salt in the wound," because Julie is like, America gave you money and you chose not to use it. And he's like, oh, yeah, now I realize that I should have used it, but I was looking for the future and I didn't realize that my game right now is tanking.
Yes.
Big brother.
I mean, if you don't feel like incredibly secure and insulated, like, and America's giving you money, play. Tell Hannah to save her money. Hannah's not in any trouble. Hannah's good. She's fine. You're the one to be worried. Take it. You use it.
Well, and it's kind of like maybe you would be able to get enough money for the next week anyways. Like who knows what twists they're going to put in to maybe shake things up or opportunities for you to make some cash. Yes. So just play for it and hope that you get. So he would he'd have, it was 125. He had $75 left. So he would have been able to get enough money.
Yep.
He would have needed to have 75 and 175 more.
Yep.
So bad move, buddy. But he doesn't know the game, so he doesn't know that there might have been opportunities for him to do that. Silly, silly, silly.
Silly Billy.
So why did Derek X tease Julie Chen Moonves with Expected Unexpected regarding dating Hannah? I think he's just trying to be coy.
Yeah, he's being cute. It's a cute answer.
Right. He knows that people are they talking about it, or he has an idea, I'm sure. Yeah. And so, yeah, leave the audience wanting more.
Absolutely.
I do love that. Hi, Valentino. Thoughts on Xavier possibly winning the game? Hoping it isn't Tiffany. Ooh.
Oh, sorry, Valentino.
Blurring that out. No, I'm kidding.
I think Xavier's playing a great game, yeah. But I also think everyone knows that Xavier is playing a great game. And going to the end with Xavier is not a good idea. Unless you want to pass him the check. So I think he's in a great spot, but I think he could easily be cut at Final 5, Final 4, Final 3. I think those are his worry. That's where he should be really worried. And I hope it is Tiffany that wins, Valentino.
Me
100%.
Too.
Or Hannah. I'm happy with Hannah winning. I'm happy with Hannah or Tiffany winning. I'm happy for Xavier.
She's just a little bit younger. Like, not that she, didn't play a great game. I just don't know if a 21-year-old just to be awarded $1 million, like that's just like, she just seems a little bit too young to be able to have that responsibility. That's just my opinion. She might be amazingly smart with her money, whatnot, but she's 21 is very young. Born in 2000.
Yeah, I mean, I think
born in 2000.
Was Ian 21 as well, or was Steve? Yeah, Ian was 21 when he won his season. So they would be the same age as a winner. I still think there's so much game to be left to play that Hannah really could start to impress us even a little bit more, get a little flashy. We'll see. But I want a female winner.
Like Hannah, I can see her winning the game. I just would prefer somebody a little bit older to win. In any competition shows, I always even on when everybody's under the age of 30, and I'm just like, everybody's so young to be winning so much money.
Yep.
Anyways, it's just my opinion, but it's probably because I'm old. Yes, Tiff should get Alyssa out to lower Xavier's power.
Ooh.
Did Josh just give him the finger? Wait, what?
Jojo. But yeah.
Jojo. It's Jojo. It's Jojo. Is X this season's Jed? Kai equals Ty.
Ooh, I would flip that, if anything. I see Kai more as a Jed and Xavier more as a Ty. But I also don't think they're that similar players, no.
No, I can't really put a similarity with them.
Especially because Jed and Ty were best buddies, best friends. I don't see Xavier and Kai as best friends in that house.
They're coming together more now, though, that they need each other as shields, Valentino also thinks that Hannah deserves to be in the final 2 with Xavier. I just personally think Tiffany's game has been so far. I mean, I personally think that Tiffany's the only person that's been playing the game so far. I mean, I know that Xavier, he's been throwing competitions and, he's been able to win some power. But I think that Tiffany's been doing a lot more work. I did the most work out of anybody, I feel, to keep that cookout together. So
absolutely. I think Tiffany's been playing all angles of the game, and Xavier's been really set on his cookout and on the Kings, which isn't a bad strategy. It's
Right,
worked for
maybe
him
it's
so
a
far.
good point. Hannah's most likely to use her money for med school. I'll take med school.
Mm.
Sorry, Jojo. My apologies. Yes, BB. What are you doing?
Forgiven.
You're gonna get a middle finger from Josh over here if you say that again.
Josh.
Derek F is playing the Amber game. Which Amber?
I don't think of any awful Ambers. Derek F is the worst.
Did anyone give you eye rolls this episode? Maybe a mini eye roll to Claire with her speech. It's just kind of like, whatever, like, so happy to be here. So great to meet you guys all. Like, so and so and so and so and so and so. Like, happy birthday. I remembered your names. So house guests. Like, I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Eye rolls, not really. I mean, my eyes roll at a lot of things that Derek F says. I'm not a fan. I don't love his diary rooms, so they always leave me a little.
Jonathan loves him.
Oh, Jonathan! I have to have a talk with him.
I think it's because he doesn't watch the feeds.
He's missing out on a lot.
So Anna says, I don't think the Tiff has had a vote not go her way. She has pulled all the strings so far. Well, these last two where she's trying to flip it, it hasn't really gone her way with Christian and with Derek X here. But
a good player, in my opinion, a good player can play with things going their way or not going their way. So sometimes you just have to pivot, and I think Tiffany's really good at pivoting.
And this is why I think that Tiffany is a good game player. And this is how I judge that, is that I feel as if she was put in another season with a completely new group of house guests, that she still would be doing well in the game.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that Azza would be doing well in the game if she didn't have the cookout. I don't think Derek F would be doing well in the game if she didn't have the cookout. He didn't have the cookout. Even Kylan and Derek X, or Xavier to a certain extent. I just don't know. I don't trust that their gameplay is effective enough without them having the, I'm pretty much safe no matter what energy to back it up. Yeah. So he's the only one that I think that can maneuver any type of season of Big Brother and do well.
100%. I'm in agreement with you.
Yay.
I think Tiffany's one of the most exciting players that we've ever had, and I love watching her.
The one with the blanket? You mean Audrey?
Audrey?
I don't remember. Audrey. What are you laughing at, BB? Oh yes, I forgot Xavier was nominated. Yeah, I mean, I like that he was trying to go through the whole season not being nominated, but like, and then you go and take a punishment to put yourself on the block. Oh. So Claire was supposed to be a star of the game. What happened? I think what happened is that she got caught up in playing with Tiffany, that she's not playing her own game.
Yeah.
And so everything she's doing, she's floating by Tiffany and allowing her to like steer her game, and so she hasn't really done anything for herself yet. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting week for Claire, because she's going to want to talk a ton of game with Tiffany and bring Tiffany some information, but Tiffany can send Claire out to find out what Alyssa's thinking, what Sarah Beth is thinking. Sarah Beth is 100% the target. Okay. And I don't think anything can change that. So it's a really easy week for Tiff to not get her hands that dirty, or bloody, I should say, because the majority of the house would vote out Sarah Beth and create a new house target for next week. But screw the house targets over that. Target whoever you want.
Target whoever you want. Do it. So the head of household is going to be about BB NFTs dropping soon. So it's kind of like a GIF, a little mini video that you can sell for a bunch of money. It's like part of like the blockchain community where like people, like my best friend is making an NFT of like she's on Wiki Feet. Like, and so like Ooh. She's making an NFT about her Wiki Feet. So yeah, you can do a lot of things. A lot of like artists will use it to make like interesting installation type photos or whatever. Like they can do whatever they want, and it's basically a digital like piece of artwork kind of that you can sell for however much. But you're buying it in Ethereum or in Bitcoin. Like you're buying it in blockchain technology. So I feel like interesting. I'm like, okay, interesting. BB's really trying to get in on that game. Okay, like they didn't really explain. Like everybody just had to know what an NFT was. Like people probably don't know.
It's like they're like GIFs.
I don't even really think of them like that, but like I guess so.
Yeah, longer versions of them.
I've been trying to think of what I wanted to make as an NFT. I'm like, ooh, I should make like some sort of interesting art piece or something, and just like only have a few digital copies of it, and then like make it rare. So
yes, I like that.
You should do some NFTs for your art stuff. You should have like an NFT art gallery and like sell like I don't know photographs of your Lego.
That would be really cute.
Or like do like a time lapse of like you doing a whole Legos like setup.
I love that. That's a great idea actually.
Sell it.
Throw some ASMR in there. Also, can you hear my dog snoring?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm not wearing headphones right now, so I might not be able to hear.
I apologize if anyone can hear it.
Well, no one else is going to apologize. Derek X is going to apologize because he's so sorry that he didn't use the money that America gave him effectively. And you should be, Derek X. You should be. They were trying to help you, and you couldn't even help yourself with it.
Yep.
Darn it. So they're going to have to be answering questions about the NFTs that were shown in the house, different kind of funny moments that they're placing as kind of gifts, short videos that were going to be sold for a certain amount of money. And the other thing that's going to be happening after this head of household competition, everybody was going to take an envelope that has either, I believe it was $50 or $100. Yep. And when they go into the high rollers room this week, they will reveal how much BB bucks they got to add to their total. So we kind of already talked about this before, the fact that a lot of people that might have just been short $50 or whatnot will no matter what have the opportunity to play in the Coin of Destiny, which I love because the cookout has been like troubleshooting, like, oh, like we don't want anybody to have money for the Coin of Destiny, and like almost everybody will have enough money for the Coin of Destiny. So it's like good.
Yeah, I want to see like a real coin. I really want to see someone's destiny changed this week because of this.
The only way anybody's destiny change other than the cookout is if 3 cookout members are on the block. That's at the end of the week. That's the only way that destiny could be changed.
Yeah, on Tiffany's HOH. Oh unless it's
I'm just happy she's safe and she's not going to get involved in the mix of like what weird things could happen with this twist. So Tiffany, yes, she is the new head of household. She won the questions. I felt pretty emotional for her because she was really emotional about the fact that she won, gets to see some photos. I love that she was asking everybody for a group hug when she won. Yeah. I'm ready to see a Tiffany head of household, even if the game looks like it's pretty, ducks in a row. It doesn't look like much is going to happen. I am interested if she's going to take this as an opportunity to set herself up for after the 6. Because that's what I've been dying for for Hannah to do, for her to do, for Ozzy to do, because the men seem to be doing it. They're keeping their people in the game. So
I mean, since those 3 girls spoke about sticking together, every single day they've spoken together about it.
Good.
So I do think it is on track at the moment. But I mean, someone like Ozzy, she's really well protected. She's really insulated in that cookout alliance, so she can have some flexibility and do whatever she wants depending on who's in power.
So who do we think will be evicted in the double eviction episode?
Don't know.
That's like an Xavier. It's going to be heavy hitters for sure. Depends on obviously who wins this and that, but easily could see Kylan and Xavier going out in that moment, depending on if like say Claire wins that power, like she'd be like,
up you go, boys.
Tiffany's in danger in that moment as well. I think those
Yeah.
3 people are in the most danger for a double or triple eviction.
I think Derek F is also in danger.
I hope so, because like
I think he could be someone that they're just like, okay, let's just cut him now. Okay, sure, he's up there with Xavier, he's up there with Kylan. They might want to try and save whoever's next door to him. So
I would love for him to be evicted because I don't like the floater game and float to the end and take some money from somebody that's been playing hard.
Yeah.
No. Yes, Tiffany is a chameleon. Who would you like to see play again in a future season?
Ooh.
All right. I would love to see Derek X play again after watching a few seasons, watching his season back, seeing what he's done, right, wrong, been on a few podcasts, talked about the game a little bit more. Like I want to see if he 2 years from now, if he came back and he knew a little bit more about the game, I think he could be an excellent game player. What about
I
you?
agree. I 100% agree with you.
Give me another person.
Oh, besides Tiffany, because I would love to see Tiffany every single season of Big Brother. I'd be fine with that. But I think it would also be really great to see come back. Maybe Hannah, maybe Kylan, even Kylan. Like I know
too much.
I know he would definitely be talking too much. I don't know. Maybe someone that I don't know. I think Derek X and Tiffany, I want them back in a duo season, 100%. That's what I want. I wanted them as a duo.
Amazing. Or like maybe representing each season, like a duo for 8 different seasons. That's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. Okay, BB says, no way in the last 5 seasons Tiff would have been evicted within the first few weeks. I respectfully disagree. Just because of the racist element? I don't think so. I think that she's actually really great at communicating with people that are not necessarily Black or of color.
Yep. I think she's got a great read on the room. I think she could go and play with anybody. Personally.
I think people enjoy her being around. I think that she's able to rally people to be on her side. The people that are on the outside of all these other alliances, like, so yes, we know that they got dealt a bad hand, but we got David Alexander, Kemi, and what's his name?
Avi.
They both, none of them were very good at the game, so they weren't able to use their position in the game to make any more friends. They just kind of like allowed themselves to be ostracized and not be included in the group, and allowed these men to kind of bully them into like, oh, well, like if you're in camp, come back, you can't be strategizing with people. Like Tiffany would not allow for things like that to happen. So I think that she's too much of an adult for them treating her the way that First Boots have been treated in many seasons. And I think that she has the capability of gaining people to work together. Even if like she's the most liked. I mean, I know that people like Derek F doesn't like her, but it's because she has so much power and they don't like that. I don't think that Derek F likes women having that much power. And I think she's just trying to like put her down. So I actually respectfully disagree with you, BB. And I actually think that she could be somebody, a Black woman, that would have been able to do better. But they didn't cast a Tiffany in seasons past, right? Yep. She wasn't someone that they would put on the show. But I think if she was on the show, I think that she would be able to do well in any season. I really do.
Me too.
Like I could see her being friends with Janelle. Like I could see her being friends with, like I see her being friends with any of these people on all these different seasons. She figures out a way to vibe with them.
Yeah, make it work somehow. So,
is there a world where the cookout gets clocked this week? Yeah, it depends on who Tiffany wants out.
Yep. I think Sarah Beth and Kylan are the smartest nominees and would, keep, the blood off of Tiffany's hands. Excuse me.
So BB said Tiffany's very opinionated like Bailey and Davon. She would not have lasted long in previous seasons, but Bailey and Davon aren't good game players.
No,
they're both
their strategies. They're incredibly paranoid.
Bailey wasn't recruit. She was recruited, I think, for when she was on like Family Feud and they wanted her on the show. She was a flight attendant. Like she didn't have a mind for the game and she was opinionated. and Devon was opinionated and was terrible at the game.
Yeah,
she was terrible.
I think
love
Devon
Devon.
knows.
She's
She
not
knows.
a good game player, so I can't really compare them just because they're black.
Yeah,
and opinionated.
I mean, Devon's also come out and said like, I wouldn't have played with Tiffany because I'm not a good gamer. Like, I'm sure Tiffany wouldn't have come after me and we would have been great friends in the house, but I'm not a strategic player. I'm incredibly paranoid. I would have a meltdown. Every time I played, I haven't done very well. So she's incredibly well liked and a great person, but isn't the best player.
So in the final 6, who do you think will be evicted first of the cookout? Those same 3. It's still Kylan, Xavier, Tiffany will be the first 3. It depends on who wins the power. If the women win the power, then those 2 guys will be going up. If the guys win the power, Ozza and Tiffany will be going up. So
yeah.
I think I can't really see anything else happening. Tiffany's personality is understood and embraced by people who understand her this season. I really disagree, Bibi. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think that because we like Tiffany is meaning that we're giving her like false potential in other seasons. I think that she's actually a very good game player and she's very good socially. Like, she has all these young people that are half her age that are giving her bracelets and crying over her when she was like she's not even really trying to keep them in the game that well. Like, and she still have people that are willing to throw their game for her. So, and she set up the entire cookout. And she's not getting credit about it right now, but she'll get credit when she's in the final 2. I really think that if they never had players like her, people that can actually play the game. They haven't had black people that can play the game as well, other than Danielle Reyes. Yeah. And so it's kind of like you're saying that, like, Danielle Reyes wouldn't be able to play another good game. And the only reason why she got out in season 7 was because they knew that she was a good game player and they weren't worried. She didn't want to work with Janelle. She chose not to work with Janelle, but if she worked with Janelle and her would probably have gone to the end and been final 2. So I definitely think that Tiffany is one of the best players that we've seen in general, socially and strategically. And she's also black and opinionated. You know what I mean?
100%. I don't think we've seen as strong female strategist since Vanessa.
Exactly. I can't even think of anybody that's even close to Vanessa before that even. Like, I don't think that... Who?
I said it's unfortunate. Like, we look at people like Rachel, incredibly entertaining, a comp beast for sure, but wasn't the best strategist.
Not at all.
Someone that has control of the entire house.
So did you hear when Julie said, I know you're all celebrating when Tiff won, when she was trying to get the house guests to come back, she almost exposed the cookout. Really?
I don't agree.
Oh.
I think I know you're all celebrating is more like everyone's being loud and rambunctious, and Julie's just trying to get everyone to be quiet so she can have her 4 minutes of awkward talks at the end of the episode because they had time.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was a spoiling the cookout moment. I didn't notice it. I'll watch it back though. With Tiffany as HOH, I wonder if the 2 nominees will be either Sarah Beth and Kylan or Sarah Beth and Alyssa. Thoughts? I think Sarah Beth and Kylan with Alyssa potentially backdoor, to pre-nom.
Absolutely. Yeah, why piss off Alyssa? This is a great week for her to, get in with Alyssa a little bit in case Alyssa does end up winning HOH next week, even though Xavier might control it.
Anna, are you trying to torture us? You want Frenchie back for another season? Lol.
Joking. Lol.
Hey Jay, how are you? So Jay says Sarah Beth is a mean girl, passive aggressive. Derek X kindly allowed her to keep $5,000 after she begged, and then told America she's sending their boy home with glee.
I don't agree with you, Jay. I actually don't think Sarah Beth is a mean girl. There is a little bit of passive aggressiveness in there, but it's also a game for $750,000 that Sarah Beth truly believes she has a chance at winning.
Yeah, she said so.
Yeah, like she does have a chance. In her opinion, she does think she has a chance to win it. So I don't think she's being a mean girl, personally. She's a total nerd, yeah, for sure. And unfortunately, she has been controlled by Kai.
Yeah, she's controlled. Steve Always great TV, amazing one-liners, terrible game. Check. Agreed. Tiffany is in yes, the Danielle Reyes class. Absolutely. If you want to compare her to other Black women,
Yes.
exactly. I totally agree. Okay, I may be wrong, but I cannot imagine the argument she got into with other people, other past seasons, working out smoothly like this season. But the argument she's got into has been with people from the cookout, right? So in past seasons, she would never have another Black person even in the house with her. And so I have to say that if you're the only Black person in a game, you would be on your best fucking behavior. Yep. You wouldn't want to say boo because you would never want to give them an excuse to vote you out. Yep. So she would have been like cooking and cleaning and like exactly wearing an angel and
absolutely.
No, she would not be getting into fights. The only reason she's getting fights with Derek F is because they're in the cookout together and they don't actually like each other. But there's never been a time where there were two Black people in a house for more than like a week.
So yeah, more than 3 at least.
I know from playing these games that in order to not be the first one evicted, I have to go and make friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of the game. But if I had 5 other people in the game and I was willing to like, oh my God, I don't have to have that like be on my best behavior. Like maybe then a little fire might come out with people that I knew that would never vote me out, right?
I think you know it. I do think that Tiffany has she's able to 100% be herself because of the great gamer that she is, flat out. Yes, Janelle loves Tiff. She posted about her tonight, celebrating, really happy for Tiff. She said, "Fuck Sarah Beth." She did that like Sarah Beth meme. It was great. So Janelle loves Tiffany, yes.
Of course. Yes, and D, she did and drag Sarah Beth to LOL. Right. If we get to see Tiffany in the future, I will apologize tremendously. I mean, I see Tiffany coming back. If she doesn't win this game, I think that she'd be somebody that CBS would want to see back because I think that they have been taking a lot of hits for the fact that they've never had another female strategist. And because the way that the game was set up, season 2, she didn't win the game when she was most deserving because everybody could go and see her mean-spirited diary rooms, and then they're going to go vote. So it was because of that season they have a sequestered jury, all that jazz. So I 100% think that they're like, oh my God, we finally found another Danielle Reyes. You know, like I think that if there was another All-Star season, Tiffany would be definitely getting a call.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Danielle does hate this season, though. Yes.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't like a steamroll.
Exactly. Even though people going against each other back and forth, like that's the game that she enjoys playing, and that's the game that is most interesting to watch. It's just it's a fact. So many people on social media are saying that Derek X getting evicted is karma for him evicting Christian week 5. Thoughts on this? No. I mean, I think it's a little bit. I think it does open the door for, hey, like that's like how we can take out a big player is like we can't put them, we have to backdoor them, we can't give them an opportunity to go on the block. So I think it opened up that door for it to be a possibility for him. And then I also think that because what was it? I can't remember. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember right now. You go.
I think his actual biggest issue and problem was not fixing his relationship with Sarah Beth after that week. I think that entire time, if he wanted Christian out, he should have scooped Sarah Beth up then, formed some sort of alliance with her, made her feel really protected and worked on that relationship. If anything, not cleaning up the mess he made with Sarah Beth, he wouldn't be in the position that he's in today. It's not about evicting Christian. It's about who stays, who's staying. And he didn't fix it with Sarah Beth.
I totally agree with you with that. 100%. Oh, you do? Thanks, Jay. We love you too. I can also see Tiffany being on Vanessa level of gameplay. Yes, by the end of the season. Absolutely. BB, we still love you though. Are you still here? Did you leave? We still love you, BB, even if you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's pretty much all that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here in the chat, everybody. Valentino, Jay, Sophie, Anna, BB,
Thomas, Sophie.
Thomas. There's somebody else too that I'm forgetting.
Sophie,
somebody else at the top, but I can't remember right now. Oh,
Jay.
Said Jay, but we can say Jay again.
Franklin.
Oh, Sheena. Planner. And if we miss anybody else, well, we definitely appreciate having you here in the chat with us. It's so much fun. Hold on. Whoops. Who's laughing? Hold on. When I am wrong, I can always admit it. Yes, this, I believe you. And I can't wait for you to admit it. We're going to have you come on live so you can admit this.
100%. BB's next week.
Yes, this is a wrap-up channel. Is tremendously underrated. Love you both. Thank you. We definitely, I mean, we're still a really new channel. We're like a year old. We're a year young. We're babies in the reality TV recap world, but we love doing it, and we definitely love coming back and chatting with you guys on Thursday about the episode. And no matter what, I don't actually care that much about things. I think what I say personally, like, you love Tiffany, you hate Tiffany. I don't really care that much.
Awesome.
But I do love a good debate. I was on the debate team, and I always win. So, Jojo, what are you working on right now that you may want people to maybe?
I am rehearsing a show right now called Something to Sing About. It's a Canadian folk musical. It's really cute. I've been having lots of fun. And we open on the 7th of September. So it's getting down to the wire.
Yes. Well, is it going to be something that everybody would be able to watch as an online thingamajiggy?
Yeah, they're going to be doing. They're going to be streaming the show certain nights. So I'll send you a link so that you can throw it out there.
But maybe we can have a little bit of a watch party, and we can watch the show together of JoJo. That's kind of fun.
Cute. That would be fun.
We love you too, BB. We love this discussion as well. And I'm good. Like, I know I'm right though. Do you know why I know I'm right? Because I see, like, I'm a Tiffany player, and like that's what's good about my game.
Yeah, it's 100% true. You know what you're doing.
So that's why I have to go so hard against TBB, because I totally see myself in Tiffany's game, and I am very good at being a chameleon and being friends with everybody on multiple seasons. So, yes, that's why. Thank you as well, BB. And as we already said, everybody else in the chat, if you're new here, well, I don't know why you haven't done this yet. You please just subscribe. Just be part of our community of people that love ranting and raving about reality TV. And like this video and leave a comment. What should the comment be? Who want to be evicted this week? Who do you want to be put on the block with that coin of destiny? And is that it? Yeah.
Those are two good ones.
Sweet. Well, we love you. We will see you on Sunday with Phil, where we will most likely be talking about the nominations and the coin of destiny. Yes.
Can't wait. Bye.